Finally, after a long wait, this week Biden has announced his plan for student debt relief. And I want to share a few thoughts on the plan, but first, for those who missed it, here's a quick recap. $10,000 will be forgiven for individuals with less than $125,000 in annual income and less than $250,000 for married couples. An additional $10,000 will be forgiven for Pell Grant recipients for a total relief of $20,000. The relief only includes loans held with the Department of Education and doesn't include private loans. This will completely cancel the Department of Education loans for 20 million people and lower the debt of 43 million Americans. On the one hand, this will finally allow 43 million Americans to start their life. Unlike most higher education students around the world, when Americans graduate, they don't begin their adult life. They begin the debt repayment. And that relief helps change that. On the other hand, it's pretty much unfair to those Americans who've been very responsible with their finances and repaid their debt from their income. It's also unfair towards the Americans who decided not to go to college just so they won't end up in debt. But what I see as an even bigger issue here is that this relief doesn't come with a wider reform. While borrowers from 10 years ago might get their debt relief today, borrowers from today don't know if their debt will be relieved in 10 years. Since student debt is growing by $100 billion every year, according to some sources, it will only take 4 years for student debt to return to the same pre-relief level. So this student debt relief is literally a quick fix for one administration. It doesn't even cover a whole generation. And colleges use those funds to build more buildings and hire more administrators, as well as buy oil land and invest in startups. None of these things actually increase the quality of education and help students. Somebody has to pay for this, and it will be the next generation of borrowers. In the last few years, there has been an increase in awareness of the issue of student debt among Americans, and taking a student loan became a more conscious decision. However, student loan forgiveness essentially de-riskified taking a loan, since students might expect that the loan they take today will be forgiven tomorrow. They won't think twice before taking a loan. But where's the guarantee that the next administration will do anything about the student debt and not focus on resolving the inflation and deficit that the world is facing? We've already seen how one administration cancels the efforts of a previous one, and if that happens again with student loans, the debt problem will be even bigger 5-6 years down the road. We're already asking 17-year-olds to take $100,000 of debt without ever holding their first paycheck or understanding loan repayment. I think this decision is hard enough without the uncertainty of the ever-changing government policies. One-time debt relief is just a band-aid on the open wound of student debt. It seems that the only real solution can come from the private sector, through transparent private scholarships coming from brands and individuals covering the education cost, transparent cost comparison of colleges and loans, and leveraging technology to change the way students pay for their education. And so we at ScholarshipOwl are working hard to be part of the solution, and that is why we invite all individuals and brands to join our mission of supporting debt-free education. By publishing a scholarship, you can get your brand in front of millions of students while helping the next generation stay debt-free. Because each educated American is a benefit to the entire community.